Oh, I'm Paul Fromm with the Canada First Immigration Reform Committee. A couple of weeks ago, our new Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, was over at a meeting of the one percenters at Davos in Switzerland, the World Economic Forum, and he announced that Canada was back. Well, actually, Canada never left. I know some of the left liberals didn't like Stephen Harper. He cut back a bit on foreign aid and wasn't too keen on the United Nations and wasn't too keen on the phony baloney climate change stuff. But anyway, Canada was back, and well, Justin made a great hit, and world conspirator, New World Order, open borders guy George Soros declared himself very, very pleased with Justin. One of the things Justin said, though, and there was some sense in this, is he said Canada is not just natural resources, we also have a lot of high tech, and we have a lot of creative people. Okay, fair enough, true, that's true. And he said why you should invest in Canada is because we have diversity. That's the big buzzword these days. We've got diversity. Well, it seems to me that's like saying you ought to like me because I've got cancer. Now, cancer may be a reality, but it's not something we promote. Anyway, he went on to something else. He said, in Canada, diversity is the engine of creativity. Well, I don't know whether he came up with that out of his high school drama teaching experience, or whether some clever speechwriter wrote it for him. It sounds good, doesn't it? Diversity is the engine of creativity. Bullshit. Think about it. Let's just take the Canadian context. If somebody who earns a Nobel Prize or invents a very useful product, I think that's creativity. Well, let's go way back to a man whose name I'm sure you'll recognize, Alexander Graham Bell. He invented that telephone. Now, what was the Canada in the 1870s like, the Canada of Alexander Graham Bell's invention? Well, it wasn't very diverse. It was European. Well, actually, it was mostly Anglo-Saxon. I guess he was the exception. You've probably heard of Doctors Banting and Best. They invented insulin, a huge advance for mankind. And they invented it in the 1920s. What was 1920s Canada like? Very European, very Anglo-Saxon, not much diversity. Then there was another Canadian invention invented under pressure in the First World War. It was the gas mask, invented by a Dr. Naismith. What was the Canada of the trenches like? Well, mostly European, actually mostly Anglo-Saxon, some French-Canadians, not much diversity. Or you don't have to just look at Canada. What about some of the great scientific inventions? For instance, Sir Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton in Britain in the 18th century. Not much diversity, not too many Orientals, not too many Arabs, not too many South Asians, in fact, virtually none. Very boring Anglo-Saxon, not much diversity. You know, quite frankly, diversity has nothing to do with creativity. Or let's look at it a slightly different way. Some very diverse societies. What about the last couple hundred years of the Ottoman or Turkish Empire? It was then called the sick man of Europe. It was quite a diverse society. There were a lot of Muslims, some Christians, some Jews, various ethnicities, various languages. Can you name 10 inventions that came out of Ottoman Turkey? Can you name one? I didn't think so. Lots of diversity, not much creativity. Or what about Brazil? Brazil's a very diverse society. Black at the bottom, mestizo or mulatto in the middle, white at the top. Lots of diversity. Can you name one invention other than perhaps the samba that came out of Brazil? Probably not. What worries me is not so much what the airhead as a prime minister said, but that these are the type of slogans that people repeat, because it's a way to make us accept the unacceptable, the invasion of our country, the replacement of the European founding settler people. And one of the things we are told to kind of ease the pain or to make us not notice it is to be told, well, this diversity is good for you. Diversity is the engine of creativity. And we have to know it's bullshit. This is Paul Fromm with the Canada First Immigration Reform Committee.